Hi, my name is Emil Gilliam, and my wife Eliza and I recently participated in the fun run in support of veterans through the factory, and that was a awesome and very illuminating experience. So first of all, thank you all for allowing that to happen. Now my question is, is there enough lithium supply in the world to enable you to build everything that you ambitiously want to build in the next few years at an affordable price?
The nice thing about lithium is it's extremely abundant on Earth. Lithium is the third most common element in the universe. The reason we don't have just free hydrogen available is because it's bound up in water. And then the reason we don't have a lot of helium is because it floats away. But lithium does not float away. And so there's lithium in salt form virtually everywhere. And so that there is definitely no supply issues with lithium. But to get to the nuances of the question, which you're probably aiming for, which is like in the time frame available, like in the next year or 2 years, will there be lithium in the form that Tesla needs, which is lithium hydroxide, in sufficient quantities at a price that is reasonable and does not materially affect the cost of the Model 3? JB.
I didn't see that one coming. It's exactly right. I mean, we need to make sure that we have the extraction and processing capacity, but it's not that much different than lining up other supply chain elements or components even for the car. It just has a little bit longer lead time. And Tesla spent a lot of time working with all the different lithium companies, all the way from tiny startups up to the sort of large name lithium companies all around the world. And we're working with them to figure out what are the most economical and efficient ways to either have them invest or perhaps even have us be involved to make sure that they're investing on the right timeline to have the capacity ready when we need it. And we're also finding ways to potentially even reduce the cost here below what people had done in the past. Because a little bit like with batteries in the Gigafactory, lithium is not a mature market. It's not traded on the London Metal Exchange. It's subject to a lot of speculation right now, and there's kind of lithium booms that happen in different parts of the world. This does not relate to the actual cost of production of lithium. That is relatively stable, and as Elon said, there's a lot of it. So once we can appropriately invest in the extraction, refining, processing, the price of lithium is quite low and quite stable.
It's also worth mentioning that although something is called lithium ion, the actual percentage of lithium in a lithium ion cell is approximately 2%. Technically our cells should be called nickel.
Nickel graphite.
Yeah, exactly, nickel graphite, because the primary constituent in the cathode is, or in the cell as a whole, is nickel. And then on the anode side, it's graphite with silicon oxide. So, and then there's a little bit of lithium in there, but it's kind of like it's like the salt on the salad. It's really not the, it's a small percentage of the mass. It's still important to avoid supply constraints and to make sure that the tail doesn't wag the dog on cost, but it's the main determinants of the cost of the cell are the price of nickel in the form that we need it, and there's a little bit of cobalt and some aluminum, and then the cost of the synthetic graphite with the silicon oxide coating.